right, so I'm just gonna make a quick little, excuse me, wrap-up video for the week. Really the big thing I've been focusing on is establishing a marker system for him. If you go back and look at my videos, you'll hear this 4 bajillion times. A marker is just a keyword sound that marks a specific moment in time that I like something. For him, that's going to announce the arrival of food. So I have to condition that response. So every time I deliver or every time I make the sound, make a word, whatever, I will present food. So that way he learns to associate the two. When he hears the marker, he knows that food is going to happen, so he can expect that, and then the marker will then take on the good feelings of food. So it's kind of like a bridge between, I like what you did there, here's food, in case something else happens in between it. So let's say I want him to sit, I tell him to sit, his butt hits the ground, I say sit, and then when I go to get food, he pops up out of the sit. I don't want to reward that popping up out of the sit, I want to reward him being an actual sit, so he knows that when his tongue gets hit the ground, I said, good, that right there, sir, is what I like, here's some food. So he has a couple of different markers, and they all are going to mean different things. So we have the word yes, sometimes I'll be like, yep, instead, just to kind of be exciting. That means that right there is what I liked, come get food for me. So he doesn't have to do anything else other than get food. He does not have to continue his behavior, none of that. Whereas the words good and okay, those are going to be something that I use more to build duration of behaviors. So if I lure him, get him, kind of manipulate him into a behavior, and I say the word good, right now I'm going to continue that good treat, good treat, good treat. I'm bringing the reinforcement to him so that he stays in behavior. I want to use that to build that duration, to build that length of time that he's in behavior. And then I'm going to use the word okay to show him that he can come out of behavior. So down the line, when I tell him to sit or down or whatever, and I say the word good, he's going to understand that that means he's going to be there for a minute or however long until he hears that okay to come up out of behavior. If he breaks behavior, right now I'm just kind of introducing him to the concept of the word no. So like if I put him into a sit, Jethrooo, what? I don't know what words are. Sit. Don't embarrass me in the video, Jethrooo. Hey. Sit. All the way. I would say that this is embarrassing, but your mom knows who you are. Sit. I am mad. Sit. Good. If he breaks up out of behavior, I will use the word no, leash pressure to kind of help guide him back into behavior. Good. Good. Okay. Come up out of behavior. I don't even know what today is. Friday, Wednesday was the day where I really started actually like making him work for his food. So he's definitely like, I didn't sign up for any of this. Typical hound self, he's very, very outwardly motivated by everything happening in his environment, which is probably a little bit what has kind of brought on his leash reactivity. So I don't think that, I know that Jethrooo doesn't have any actual aggression issues. It's more of like a social thing where he's really excited about things happening in the environment, and then the frustration of being restrained is what causes the reactivity, causes the look of aggression. So because he's out in our yards and he's social with other dogs, I know that he's not an actual aggressive dog. It's more of just that, like the look. If you could put him on mute, it would just be an excited, happy dog. The noises that he makes are what makes him seem otherwise. Same thing with like his barrier aggression. I know like he has a problem with out in the yards. If a dog walks past the gate, he will yell at them. It's because it's that frustration of not being able to do what he wants to do. The audacity. So I've been using the word yes, that marker, to create a little bit of engagement. I want him to find value in checking in with me. And that is why I was talking, or why I requested the switch up of his diet, so that he did actually care about getting food, because he just seems very, very satiated. He is well-fed boy, and he does not, he's not needing supplementation. So my hot dogs are simply the equivalents of him saying, I don't really need dessert. yeah, it's good, but I don't need it. So I want him to need it a little bit more. So when this week has mostly been in here, we've kind of gone out a little bit. I just was working with him right before here outside, and it took a lot of movement to keep him interested in me. Like I'm doing a lot of direction changes, just kind of like ping-ponging all over the place to cause disorientation so that he's not going on autopilot. So I'm just forcing him to pay attention to me. So if you ever pull up and you see me like do with him, I'm trying to get him paying attention to me because he's not able to predict our route. So in order to avoid like leash pressure, pulling on his leash, he has to be a little bit more mindful of me. So I keep doing this until the leash turning, him turning, is soft, meaning I don't need to do really any pressure. He's just turning with me because he sees me turning. But anyway, back to the marker. So, are you gonna do it? Sit. Yep. Good boy. You're welcome for that beautiful sit. When we're moving around and he looks up at me, yep, I'm just paying that. So initially it was a lot of just waiting for him to look at me, and now I'm adding in movement. I'm raising the bar, I'm increasing the criteria, and I want him to, as we're moving around, find value in making eye contact with me, looking up. He doesn't necessarily need to be staring into my soul, but I do want him to be very aware of my presence. So I know it's really hard to see the leash pressure because it's more of like a feel. But if I turned and he doesn't need me to pull him, to guide him towards me, I'm gonna reward that because that's the first stage of building engagement. Again, it doesn't need to be eye contact, it just needs for him to be, aware of where I am, and paying attention to me. So if he's not paying attention to me and I turn, he's gonna keep going that way. So the fact that I can move around, and not need to guide him, not need to correct him, anything like that, that's gonna be the first step in getting that good engagement. So I'm working on that in here. And then we'll just gradually incorporate it into other environments. So we're getting him paying more attention to me, finding value in me as his handler. This is definitely exercise that you can practice at home with his meals instead of just treats. And then that'll help when we need to, bring his attention back onto us, away from something that he finds to be a trigger, like another dog or person or whatever the things are that he barks at. Sit. Yeah, super buddy. Oh my gosh. Can we, on camera, do you want to attempt the other one? I'm going to do it from yesterday. Down. Oh, who is the smartest? You are. Good boy. Good. 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 Okay. Yeah, super, sir. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. End of the video.